Hey guys, welcome back to Feather's Charm. I'm Feather and welcome to this episode of the My Bullet Journal Journey series. Today I'll be creating the spread for January. Now before I begin, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share and follow me here on YouTube, on my social media channels, on my website and on Patreon. Your donations really do help me make more content like this. Now, on with the video. So to start off, let's take a look at the first pages of this journal. You can watch how I create it on this video here. So as you can see, we're starting off with the January cover page. So we're going to start off by using some craft paper and some black paper, some washi tape and some stickers to create this sort of scrapbook style on the outside of the page, and then use some pens to create the sort of Art Deco look in the middle. Now the paper you can find anywhere, really, online, in your local stationery store or arts and crafts store. But the washi tape and the stickers, I had bought them a very long time ago, like 5 years ago, and I haven't used them all up, so that's why I'm still using them now. And they were found on Etsy and on the washi tape shop stores back in the day when they didn't have their own sort of designs. So I'll try to link some of the things that I have here if I can, but if not, they're no longer available. Now, as you can see, I'm using the Arteza metallic acrylic marker. This one is in A700 gold. I love this marker. You can see me use this marker in many of my previous videos. So from January to March, I think it was, in my previous video for the first pages here. These pens I absolutely adore. They're so good. I love them, and I would highly recommend them to you if you wanted to do something similar like this, or create something similar to my previous pages. And it's just an overall best pen for me. Like, oh, it's just so good. Highly recommend these pens. I will say, however, there is one downside to it, and it's that if you use it against a metallic ruler, or any ruler really, it could spread, so just be careful when you use it with a ruler. Now, I love these stamps. They are my favorite stamps. So I have been on Instagram and TikTok and wherever you find these arts and crafts videos and pictures, and a lot of the videos include these stamps, and I finally got one recently and I am finally using them. Now, you've seen me use this dictionary thing before in my junk journal videos, and you know what? I decided to use this thing for every month. So this month is associated with the word establish, because why not? You're establishing new habits, new goals, new projects. So by establishing things in January, they might progress into something better later in the year. That's at least what I think. Now you can see I'm going back to my handy dandy Uniball Unipin fineliner. This one is in 0.5, which, if you've seen in my previous video, I use these pens for my doodles, for creating titles and outlines and borders and things like that. The nibs that I usually use are the 0.1, the 0.3, the 0.5 and the 0.8. These are the nib sizes to determine how small or big or thin or thick the nibs are, and the outline is for whatever it is you're creating. They're good drawing pens, so I highly recommend them. So now we are on to our monthly overview page. Now, back in 2023 and 2024, I created titles for these pages, and I had a set layout where, you know, the calendar was in the middle, the title monthly overview was at the top, and then the next page was trackers for Feather's Charm. I had wanted to completely track my followers and things like that on my bullet journal. But this year round, I didn't want to focus solely on that because, as I did last year, I went on a hiatus for 6 months because of some of my other projects, and I thought, let's tone it down a little and just track what it is that I do on my during the month for the YouTube channel, for pretty much everything else. So I am tracking not the followers this time, but the activity I do during the month. So if I focus on my YouTube video, I will say, yes, I worked on it this today, or I didn't work on it today, and it doesn't have to be a stressful thing for me, because back in 2023 and 2024, I was very determined to do at least something for the YouTube channel, or for the social media channels, or for the website, and I would always pressure myself to work on something. But as the year progressed, it kind of I stopped really working on it and didn't enjoy the process as much. So this time round, it's a reminder for me to be okay with not always working on something, because otherwise I will burn out as I did last year. So this is a good reminder for me to take it easy, take it slowly, and that's what I'm gonna do. And as you can see on the first page here, I have created a sort of area for the monthly goals and the important dates for this month, so that, you know, I remember what's important this month. And obviously there has to be an affirmation for the month, like I did back in the 2023 and 2024 videos. This month is I release old habits and welcome new growth, because obviously it's January. You release the old bad habits that you've picked up over the year and start anew with good healthy habits. And that's what this affirmation is all about. It's about reminding myself that I am releasing all the bad habits that I created over the last 6 months and create new and better habits for myself. Now I am on to the habits and trackers part of this month, and it's a more scrapbook style than the first page that you see here. So I've split this page into two. One side is for the channel, the website, and social media accounts, and the other side is my personal habits tracker. And as you can see, I am using the Staedtler double-ended fiber tip pens. So they have a thick side and a thin side, and I use the thick side to highlight the days that I've worked on each habit or tracker. So if I've worked on a YouTube video, I'll say, yes, it's on there, I've done it, and just sort of highlight the date that I've worked on. But yeah, there it is. There's the first habits and trackers page. Now this trackers page is sort of like a progress log. This year I really want to double down on my arts and crafts skills, because I love doodling. I'm not a great doodler, but I love doodling, and I kind of want to improve on the doodles that I already can do. So that's why I'm going to track what days I work on doodles, what days I work on my knitting, my crochet, any new crafts that I want to pick up, because I do kind of want to try beading and maybe improving my painting and sewing skills, because I haven't been working on those in a while. My writing skills as well, because again, I'm still working on my novel. So yeah, that's what this whole page is all about, and I call it the art heart, because if you know me, you know that I follow Critical Role, and they have this series A called Pub Draw, and I think it was one of their catchphrases, love your art heart or something like that. I love the way it sounded, so I just chose to use it. I am not naming this as my own thing, so please don't come at me with oh, you're not meant to use it, it's copyright or whatever. I don't know if it's copyright or anything. I just love the little phrase, I guess. So I'm sorry. Now, as you can see, I've moved on to the title for the week's pages. I initially didn't do this last year because the trackers and the monthly overview pages were double page anyway, so if I had created a title page, I would be wasting a single page just to create this title page. So I decided to do it this time around, because otherwise the week would have been split in two. I would have had to create a half a week or something for this page. So I decided, let's make a title page for the weeks, just to break up the layout and the spread for January. And it's actually really pretty because I love these sort of frame styles. I think I might do something like it again later in the year, but we'll see. As you can see, I'm not going to leave the frame for the week's pages bare. I do create this scrapbook look as well on the outside and on the inside, because why not? And you can see the stickers are very coffee based. You can see the coffee grinding machines, you can see the coffee beans and the actual coffee plant, the leaves, the coffee stains and cups and grinding machines and cafetiers and things like that. I think this month is all about coffee, as you can see, because why not? I am a barista, I do coffee, I love coffee, and I know what makes a good coffee and what doesn't. So that's why this whole month is dedicated to coffee. And like the stars, the leaves, the moons from the first pages, while those will be the themes for the year, coffee might be included. Who knows? We shall see. So now we're on to the very first week, and as you can see outlined here, I was gonna do something for the December dates that were carried over into this year. But instead I chose to use a scrapbook kind of look. So I use washi tape inside those boxes rather than actually create a doodle, because unlike what you see here, these spreads don't actually take a day to create. Back when I was creating the videos for the 2023 and 24 videos, I would spend an entire day filming the spreads, because they are very long it takes a while to make these bullet journals. So if you do want to create one, I highly recommend that you do it in bits and pieces. Don't try to do it all at once, because creating spreads, creating trackers, doing all of this, it does take a while. And I had to film this video in chunks during the week, and it took me literally a week to create. And that didn't include the sketches for each week. So if I had created this week, after work, it would take me about an hour or two. If I included the doodles in those 2 dates, it would probably have taken me, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. So if you are working full-time, do this slowly. You can do it slowly throughout the month to be ready for the next month, or over the weekend. It's up to you, but it does take quite a while. So I would say from filming this video, it took me 1 or 2 hours per day to create each week. So the January cover that I did earlier, that took me about an hour and a half. And then to create the monthly overview and the trackers, that was split up. So the first 2 pages was about an hour and a half. The next 2 pages were another hour and a half. And creating this week and the next week in one video took about 2 hours. So if you want to create your own bullet journal, be prepared to spend some time on it, especially if you want to create something that looks really beautiful and incorporates mixed media into your bullet journals. So I would always recommend that you do this slowly. Don't do it quickly. Don't think that you'll, create everything in one go and be prepared for the next month. It's not like that. It does take time and effort to create these journals. So if you want to, have at it. It is a great stress reliever, and it is great to sort of see your own vision come to life before you, but it will take time. So keep that in mind if and when you decide to start doing your own bullet journal. Now back to my bullet journal. Sorry about the PSA. I had wanted to create something with the stamps that I had recently bought, but the stamps were too big for these boxes. So I instead decided to just use capital letters in gold just to fill the box spaces. And I must say that the first week isn't my favorite page. I would have liked it if I could have included more scrapbooking into it, or made it look more beautiful with some stickers, but who knows, I might be able to do something during the week, the month, to fill whatever empty spaces there are. Now you see I'm using a utility knife here. I would highly recommend, if you are underaged, please get adult supervision when you're using this, because it is a sharp object. I would not recommend it if you are underaged. Anyway, back to this spread. This one is one of my favorite spreads because I love the whole half and half look. So half of the page is for the daily boxes. The other half, was originally meant for trackers, but this year it's for doodles. And I love the little hanging pendants that I've made here. It's so cute. It adds that extra sort of dainty dimension to the page. So yeah, I think I might include the pendants to be a yearly theme here. So as you can see, I used the black pen on the craft paper to highlight the January title. I did some flowers and leaves at the top there, hanging from the top with the stars and doodles, the stars and dots, and the hanging pendants on the end there. Oh, it just looks fantastic. I love it. And I'm doing something similar on the other side as well. I also decided to use the gold pen to create these leaf doodles in the corners of the area that pretty much has nothing in it, just to fill out the space a little more, but also to reference back to the first pages of this bullet journal, because I did do a lot of, gold leaves, pink leaves, and things like that on the first pages. And yeah, I wanted to carry the gold theme through to this month, and I think I might do that again over the next coming months. I might do it for the entire year as well, so who knows, we shall see. And then I added a few more sort of washi tape stickers, coffee stickers as well, to highlight the scrapbooking part of this month. Alright, we are moving on to week 3, and as you can see here on the outlines, I've changed up the layout for the spread. Like I said earlier, I think I said this earlier, but like I said in my previous videos, I wanted to change up the way my bullet journal looks, because otherwise I would be doing the same layout week in and week out, and it was going to make the pages seem boring. So I decided to change up the layout of each week this year to see, which kind of spread I liked best, and sort of determine what I wanted to do for the year after. It's not gonna be like this all the time. I might eventually decide, I want to stick with one spread for the entire month, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there, essentially. And I actually like this spread because it gave me room at the very left-hand side of the spread of the double page to do a lot more doodles and a lot more scrapbooking, and it actually looks really, really pretty, and I love it because I get to do this whole crescent moon star look. So again, it references the first pages of this bullet journal because the leaves are going through the moon and I have a star in the middle of the moon, and it just looks so much more, I don't know, it makes it look so much more, it makes it look prettier, as it should. And you can see on the left hand side of the page, under January, I already have a line colored in for the week that this spread is referencing. So, as I said in previous videos, the Staedtler double-ended fiber tip pens sort of spread the underlying black pen if you color in the spaces around the black pen when it's not really dry. And even when it's dry, it does spread a little bit. So I would always recommend putting down the color first before you put down the black pen, because it's gonna mess it up, and it's gonna spread, and it's not gonna look nice. So that's one of the things I learned from my mistakes back in 2023 and 2024. And there's week number 3. I love this page. I really do. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Probably the favorite spread that I have so far. Now we're on to week number 4. Again, the spread looks very different. As you can see, I kind of cut right through. I didn't include the borders and the process of creating the borders or the highlighting of the days of the week. That's because I kind of forgot to roll the camera when I had created the borders. So sorry about that, but we're moving on nevertheless. So I'm not too sure I like this spread because there isn't much space for too much doodles or washi tape, scrapbooking. I had thought I could include some craft paper into this one, but the space was too small and I just didn't have, I don't know, the creativity to try and make it work. But it does work now with the washi tape and the stickers, and it's a simple one, just like the first week. And now we're on to the final week. This is week number 5. So it's sort of similar to week number 3, where the boxes are all on one side, and I get this whole space on the left hand side to create doodles and scrapbook styles and such. And I decided to, instead of using the hanging pendants, because I had created the sketch with simply having doodles in mind for January, and I didn't realize I was going to use my scrapbooking skills for it. So instead I chose to have this big wad of craft paper and this big wad of black paper to create the sort of the interesting part of the spread. And because I'm using the craft paper, I did not have any dots, so I had to kind of figure it out by myself, and I used the gold pen instead of the double-ended fiber tip pen to highlight the week, and it works. It's actually really pretty. I like it. I'm fairly sure that I might run out of the gold ink in this pen by the end of the year, because of how much I've used it in this month and in the first month and over the last year or so. It's had a lot of use. So we'll see if I need any more in the coming months. But I love this pen. Highly recommend these pens. It comes in packs. And I think it might come in individually, but I love the colors that come with it. There's a lot that comes with it. So you've got the bronze, the gold, the silvers, the iron greys. I did a few swatches of these pens a while ago, and oh my gosh, it's given me a lot of inspiration for the next journal spread. So yeah, I might just be making the metallic marker my go-to this year for my bullet journal. Now we're on to the last spread of this month. It is the review spread, and I wanted to keep it simple. I actually wanted to do a little more scrapbooking in this one, but I don't think there was enough space for it, especially with what I wanted to do with this spread. At the top, as you can see, I've left it completely blank in terms of the space there. I just have a small area for doodles and the name of the page. And at the bottom, I have 4 boxes. So I have challenges, gratitude, accomplishments, and things to improve. So whereas last year I had totals for the trackers, this year I wanted to highlight the things that I had done well, the things that didn't go too well, and the things that I was grateful for and what I wanted to improve on for the year. So there wasn't enough space for the whole scrapbook look. So no washi tapes, no stickers on this page, but it's still pretty nonetheless. And here we have it, the final look of the January spreads for 2025. I love this because it is utilizing not just my doodle skills, my calligraphy skills, it's also utilizing my scrapbooking skills, which I had developed over the last year or so in my junk journal videos, and I wanted to utilize that skill a little more because it helps me understand space and awareness of, you know, the negative spaces in my journal and the empty spaces and what I can do with them. So I love this. I love these pages. So I'm happy with it. I hope you guys are happy with it, and leave your comments and feedback for me in the comment section below if you want to see more like it, or if you want to see a different style from me. But that's it for now. Like I said earlier, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and follow me here on YouTube, on my social media channels, on my website, and on Patreon. Your donations really do help me make more content like this. And if you want to be part of the creation process, please don't forget to leave your comment and feedback in the comment section below, and I'll do my very best to make the content that you love. And as always, be kind, be creative, and be unique. I'll see you later. Feather out.